Good morning. This video is to show the administrators of New Calvary Baptist how to set up a meeting request on Google Hangouts. You may want to utilize this functionality to set up either uh, ministry meetings, administrative meetings, or fellowship meetings online as you utilize our online streaming service. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing, and then you can replicate it at your earliest convenience. Okay. So right now I am sharing my screen. Let me make sure that it is okay. I am sharing my screen. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to log into your New Calvary Baptist org account. Many of you were assigned a particular account with your own personal password, and so that's what you will need to do. Once you log in, it is advised that you go to you can just go into that particular account by either clicking Google or whatever comes up first when you open up your internet browser. Once you open up your internet browser, you want to go to this corner right here where it says Google Apps. That's the right corner, and click those boxes. Once you verify that you are in the correct account, then you slide down after you hit that box there. Then you want to click Calendar. And then Calendar is going to open. You go to the far left of your screen where it says Create, and you click Create. And this gives you the ability to set up a calendar event. So you want to title your event. We could say this is a youth group ministry meeting. Okay. All right, then what you also want to do is set up the time and make invitations who you want to invite to this particular meeting. What I often do is click this More Options area here, and that expands my screen so that I can enter in all of the pertinent information. So I would click this box here so that I can schedule the meeting, and let's say it'll be on the 21st of April. And then let's say it will be, let's make it at 7 p.m. And it's only going to be maybe like 3 or 4 hours. So I'll set it from 7 to 10, about 3 hours. Okay. You want to make sure all this information is correct. And then you want to also make sure your time zone is correct as well. So you would click time zone here, and then you would look for Detroit, and then click OK. Okay. Now you don't want to click any of these boxes, because what this does is, instead, if you click all day, then it will erase this information here above. And what you're saying is you're going to have this meeting for 24 hours on April 21st, and that's not necessarily how you want to do it. This button here says does not repeat. If you wanted it to repeat, then you would have it occur based upon these parameters here. But we're just scheduling a one-day event. But if you were to say every third Thursday is youth ministry meeting, you can do that here, or you can create a custom as well. But we're not going to do that. Okay. Then this event here, because we're working online, we're doing streaming online. It's not necessary that you enter this particular area, but if we were to go back to the church, you would type in the address where you want to meet. And 9 times out of 10, it's either New Calvary Baptist Church on Concord. So that's what you would enter there. But this is an online streaming meeting. So the very next box would be Add Conference. And this is very important. You click this box here, And what this does is it creates a specialized meeting ID and phone number specifically for this event. So once you click this down arrow here, that's when it populates this area here. And as you can see, this is the link that the people you would invite would click so they can see you. And this is the phone number for people who do not desire to utilize or do not have a laptop or smartphone. They would call this particular number. Please keep in mind that every time you create a event, it's going to designate a new link and a new phone number. Please keep that in mind. Okay, so then you would just click add. Oh, well, hold on. I don't know what that meant. Yeah, so you would click. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that is. So ignore that part for now, but just pay attention to this portion right here. I'll have to do some more research on what that means. I think I know what that means, but we'll talk about that at another time. All right. So once you've populated that, then you get down, the next area would be notifications. And what this allows you to do is these are like reminders to let you know 10 minutes before the meeting, you're going to be notified that this meeting is going to begin. And if you click this down arrow, you can either be notified by the person that you're inviting can either be notified by email, or they can be notified by a text message on their phone. The only way this would work is if they have a phone number that's associated to the email that you're going to invite them through. Okay, I use this a lot, just as reminders. And then here you want to just type out information pertinent to the meeting you are planning to host. Okay, and then you can attach documents here, and all kind of stuff can go here. All right. Then on the right here is where you would actually invite people to your meetings. Okay. For example, I'm going to invite myself. You could put that in there, or you can, if you don't know the names, but you can type in the email address. That's how you would do that. Okay. And then it doesn't matter what type of email address it is, even if it's outside of Gmail, they will still receive an invitation. Okay. Now, if you highlight over the name, you can give them the option to you can mark them as being optional. By that meaning, they don't necessarily have to attend. So if you click that, that makes that first person that's invited, he or she does not have to attend. But if I wanted to mark this required, then it would have to be darkened. But as soon as you mark it where the little man is clear, then that informs them, as you can see, that it's optional, that they do not have to attend. But you want to make sure everyone you invite can attend. And then the bottom portion here kind of talks about whether or not you are granting permission to those guests that you're inviting to your youth group ministry meeting. You can give them the option to modify the event. 10 times out of 10, you don't want to grant that. You can give them, or you can grant them permission to invite others. You would probably not want to do that if this is a specific meeting. If you forgot to invite someone, then hopefully the guests that you've invited will let you know, and you can just add them on even after this has been saved. And then you can also show the guest list. You can let people know who also is invited to this meeting. If you don't want them to know who else is invited, then you would just disable it by clicking that box. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So once you do all of that, and you're satisfied with all the information that you have entered in, you would hit save. Then it asks you the question, would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? Now, the only ones that would receive the invitation emails to their particular calendar are those that have a Google account. But that does not mean that those that do not have a Google account will not receive an invitation, because in fact they will. Okay, so then you would just click send. And then it says the following guests are from outside your organization. More likely than not, you will see this indication because you will be inviting people that are outside of New Calvary who do not have a New Calvary Baptist email address. So you would just click invite external guests. And then that box closes. And if you look on your calendar, you will see for the 21st that your meeting is scheduled here. Now, say, for example, if you've already clicked yes, and it posts on your calendar, and then you realize you forgot to invite someone, all you would do is go to the date in which the event will happen, double click the area, and then it will open it up, and then you can just add into the guest list someone that you forgot. And in addition, say, for example, if you realize that you should not have invited someone, you do the same thing, except you hover here and you click remove. Now, what's interesting is once you click save, then it's going to ask you, would you like to send emails to the new and remove calendar guests? In essence, what this is saying is, do you want to tell the person that you have removed from this meeting that they have been removed from this meeting? That question, more likely than not, would probably be yes. And then it asks, would you like to send an email to those you have added to the meeting? Again, that the answer to that question more likely would be yes. So then you would just hit send, and then it's going to ask you, you've invited guests from outside your organization, and then you just move right along. Say you've already scheduled this meeting, and then there's some follow-up information that you want to let all of the invitees know. Again, you would go to where the event is scheduled, you double click, and then it says right here that you would want to add a note, and you would add something simplistic by saying, please, this side, okay, sorry. Please bring great ideas to the meeting, okay? Then you would hit done, you would hit save, and then voila, they are going to receive an email of all of the events that you have indicated, okay? So if you have any questions or you have some follow-up concerns about what has been shared, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and I will answer them. But that is, in its most simplistic form, how to schedule meetings on the Google Calendar as you use the Google Hangouts to schedule your ministry meetings. Thank you and have a nice day.